I am in my happy place right now, everyone. I know it has been weeks and weeks since I've been able to see you guys. I want to make sure I have cell service in here. Come here, Flynn. You can have some too. You can have some too. I am here with Ferguson and Flynn, two of the new domestic Bengals that are here at the sanctuary. This is Ferguson. He is the bigger one, and Flynn is the smaller one and cross-eyed. And these guys came to us from Sequest, which is an aquarium that was in the mall. They're across the country. And why aquarium was exhibiting Bengals? The only answer I have is to draw in the money. Luckily, the caretakers at Sequest were very loving people, socialized these guys, gave them good vet care, but they were living in a small plexiglass area where people could pay to come in and pet them. They are socialized. They came to us healthy. Sequests around the country are being closed due to animal welfare violations, bankruptcy, and other things. And so, not us. All right, we have better service over here. So I'm gonna turn this around really quick. So this is Flynn and Ferguson. They are domestic variation of Bengals. They're large, really large size, long tails. They definitely have more domestic cat in them than they do the Asian leopard cat, which is what we're happy to see because we were definitely hoping that there weren't high generation hybrids that were being used for exhibit at Sequest. And so the sign that was near Sequest said that they were ambassadors of their endangered species cousins, the Asian leopard cat, which is really something I can't get behind, and that they were at aquarium because hi Flynn, because they like water. So it made no sense except to draw in the public to pay a fee. So these guys are just finishing quarantine here. I definitely want to do the weekly wrap up, and I think I'm going to probably leave here so that I can kind of sit down and tell you guys what's been going on. I know, Flynn. And we're looking at where they will move next. We've talked about Catio Town, but we actually might keep them in office space. Excuse me, honey, I'm gonna go out. You have to stay. You have to stay. Good boy. No, good boy. But let's turn you guys around. Sorry, that's kind of been a rough live post, I know. But I'm gonna sit you guys here and kind of do the traditional weekly wrap up. Usually Judson and Olivia are here helping me set up, but it has been rescue after rescue after rescue. It has been very, very tough professionally with all of our losses, both for me and all the staff, volunteers, and I know for you. And I just want to thank those that have been asking about me personally, because there's been a lot of personal struggles for me and other TWS staff outside of this. And I'd say in 25 years, my personal life has never gotten in the way of TWS, but I'm so thankful. Kind of talking about miracle match and then versus now is that I've been able to have time away, and I'll kind of go into that a little bit more, to have to accommodate and help my mom and things going on right now. And in the early days, I wouldn't have had the amazing staff I have now that could fill in all the gaps and let me handle some personal things I've had to handle personally as well as others. And so the weekly wrap up, let's first talk about Miracle Match. You guys just blow me away. Even when I can't be here talking to you personally,
the people that stepped up to help us with overnight coverage, people that stepped up to get the golf cart for Dash, and this year a new roof on the building. You guys help those miracle matches happen, and you allow us to continue to build a better sanctuary, maintain a top-notch sanctuary, and continue the rescue and individualized care, and I'm forever grateful for that. So it was fun to be able to introduce you to Flynn and Ferguson. I know we do a lot of small cat crisis education, and that TWS has spearheaded that initiative across the country and the world, thanks to all of you that have spread the message over and over again. We hear other sanctuaries now talking about the small cat crisis, animal welfare people, legislators, and that's because you're help spreading the word. And so as we spread the word, of course, we get more calls. And so Flynn and Ferguson, we don't want to ever promote Bengals and hybrids as pets. But as you know, so many of those that we get are domestic level, like Flynn and Ferguson, have been socialized. And so when we have this overflow of requests, to be able to have a few in the office, like Benny, where that warm our hearts, or Dahlia, out of all the Bengals we take in, there's just a few handful that can live in the office space or the intern quarters with us because of their behavioral issues, their aggression, their territory urination. And so when we do have a few that can merge into the office, that's wonderful because it allows more space in Catio Town and other bungalows for those that can't. But we do have some donors that have questioned, but if they're in the office and you're petting them, are you promoting Bengal ownership? No, it's similar to the parrot rescues and other things like that. There is so many parrots and so many Bengals and Savannahs in private hands. Sanctuaries cannot accommodate them all. We're never going to promote that we want more of these bred or adopted out, but the reality is we do have to have domestic Bengals that can be rehomed because there's not enough sanctuaries to accommodate the requests, and the rescue groups can't accommodate the ones with behavior issues. So as always, if we have a domestic Bengal that would do good in a home environment or the office environment, we're going to do that. We don't adopt out our Bengals to anybody other than our staff because in the early years they would get returned because of those behavioral or health issues. So Flynn and Ferguson, hopefully you will see probably being part of the office cats, whether it's upstairs or downstairs. But by no way do we want to promote that Bengals should be bred or kept as pets. But you will see that these guys have pretty much more domestic genes than Asian leopard cat genes, which makes them better suited for office. Now, we do know that they came to us with some litter box issues, but so far they haven't had any. So that will be determining where they go. I've done some play dates with some of the cats downstairs, and these two boys are being very appropriate. So we'll keep you posted on where they go. We also are looking at more cat moves. So, the Highlanders, we have a big group of them out in Catio Town, the other group upstairs in the team room office, and there's been discussions that they're going to have to move to Catio Town. So we made the right decision not adopting them out. It's not their litter box habits, it's that they are getting into everything like golden retriever or lab puppy would, to the point that we're concerned that they might actually... You coming in here?
We were just
okay, that's okay. That's okay. You can come in, Elise and Kelly. That they could injure themselves by eating things they're not supposed to, by chewing on cords. And so over the next week or so, we're making a plan to move them out to Catio Town as well. So again, nothing is ever status quo here. But want to talk to you a few other things. I know somebody's asking how my mom's doing, and I want to get to that as well, because you guys are just amazing to me, emotionally, professionally, friendship-wise, and it's meant the world to me. But on top of Ferguson and Flynn coming, which was easy, they pick up, they came here, they're adapting really well. We have a lot of other rescues in the works. Some that will be coming to TWS, some that just arrived. But we probably won't be talking about them for a while, for different reasons of their case, their adjustment. We have an injured animal that came to us that's going to need to be addressed. And so that has been keeping the staff very busy. On top of that, there are so many large scale and international cases right now. And here at the sanctuary, we're not going to be planning to take in a lot of those animals. We are working with our partner members of the Big Cat Sanctuary Alliance to accept animals. But because international cases are very complex, a lot of paperwork, and some of these international cases are very extreme. I mean, if even sometimes more extreme than war-stricken Ukraine, if you can believe, based on being previously owned by cartel in very isolated areas where we can't even get planes into, and things like that, some on islands. And so I am so grateful that we have a network of reputable sanctuaries that can provide permanent homes for these animals. But I'm working along with Meredith, who you knew, who helped me with international cases, and other experts to put together all the logistics, put together the estimates. How are we going to get these animals into crates? How are we going to build crates in these remote areas? If they can't come out via flight, are we doing trucks? Are we doing boats? Are we doing ships? What's all those permits? One of the cases has had an escape. And so how are we going to get emergency permits so those animals aren't getting killed when they're in areas that are not safe for them or the people? And so it has been a lot of my time helping these animals get to other sanctuaries. And so when you give to Miracle Match and other programs, or you even give to a sponsorship, you know, we talk about the Miracle Match doubling in your donations. When you give to us, you're doubling saving lives. It is not about just Ferguson and Flynn that we show you. It's about that small cat crisis campaign that is saving and bringing awareness to so many other small cats. It's about the work we're doing to work internationally on several cases, and even nationally on some witness protection cases that are bringing more animals to safety, even if they're going to other reputable and accredited sanctuaries. So not only when you give during Miracle Match are you doubling the donation, you're doubling saving lives because of the additional work we do outside of just the care of the rescues we give here. And so as much as that's been busy and taking up my time, you know, the losses that have just gone on here has been unprecedented. It's not unexpected based on that we're taking in the old, the ones that are hard to place, you know, the ones that are injured and need immediate attention now. But I know it takes a toll on the staff. I know it takes a toll on you. It definitely takes a toll on me. And, you know, a lot of that grief is cumulative and irrational and rational and linear and nonlinear. And I've talked about this before, but I think after years of doing this, where I thought my capacity and understanding and being able to compartmentalize would become a better, more proficient at it, an expert at it, I think it's gone the opposite. My capacity to rebound has been more challenging. But I'm so grateful that every time there's a difficult decision, an unexpected decision, one that crushes us, that this staff, these caretakers, the veterinarian, the media team, the office staff, everybody, no matter how hard it is, makes the decision on the animal's side and not on our side. And we put ourselves on the back burner. But that, you know, can end up paying a price. And so on top of that, you know, people said, where have I been? Well, I got to go on a much needed vacation with my husband, who I haven't been on since 2006, for a week. And so I was gone for that, and that was absolutely lovely. I came back from that and had to go to the Big Cat Sanctuary Alliance board retreat, which was also super helpful to be surrounded by like-minded people that go through the struggles we go through with on a daily basis. But it took time away from TWS. I came back, and my mother, who has Alzheimer's, as many of you know, has been progressing. Sorry. So she went into memory care, which was very challenging. She has a very special friend that I'm so grateful that in her later years with her struggles that she has a gentleman that loves her dearly and has been such a godsend to all of us. But unfortunately, she was separated from him due to the norovirus in her home, in her assisted living. And so memory care adjustment was really hard for her not to be able to see him. And then I got the norovirus from being there. And I will tell you, anybody that's had that, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. It is a very dehumanizing type of flu. And you are sick and there's nothing you can do. So on top of being emotionally burnt out, I was physically got sick. But some happy news is when I was visiting my mom in memory care, which is the lockdown memory care, we were looking out her window and saw the most beautiful human being ever, the man that is her friend. And he, with his walker, and at 90-some years old, had been dressing in all this winter clothes and circling the building 3 times a day since she moved, trying to find her window of where she moved to so that he could just tell her he loved her and cared about her until he could see her again, until they didn't lock her down in memory care due to the norovirus. So that warmed my heart just immensely and just shows how much love and compassion there is in this world. And then a day after that, she fell and broke her hip and has been in the hospital ever since. I'm used to broken bones on animals. I'm used to going in on surgery and all of that. But this was much more challenging because her mental capacity at this time is very diminished. And when you have an injury, it's even more diminished. And the whole time I thought about that is if I was at the sanctuary, if I was surrounded by my staff, the amazing decisions, selfless decisions we can make for animals is unprecedented. Yet we can't do it for humans. That quality of life is diminished. And so that was just a realization for me that was really, really challenging. And I think I've learned that over my years, all of us, including you, are here with us taking care of animals and beings that are vulnerable, that rely 100% on us to make decisions for them. As much as your support gives us, we are trying to give back their freedoms to make their own decisions here at the sanctuary. Whether they walk down a path, they get to play with enrichment, they get to ignore us, they get to engage with us at the fence, they get to choose if they want to eat today or leave it on their platform for a while. We take care of the vulnerable here, and it's so weird to say that when we're taking care of apex predators that should not be behind fences. But because they are behind fences, we are solely in control of their destiny. And I'm so grateful that your donations allow us to give them some freedoms back, even if it's in captivity. And so I think the compassion fatigue just got me laying on my mom because she's in a really vulnerable state and can't make decisions for herself, much like the animals we care for. And so it's just been hard. And then, I kind of did introspection and was like, I can't imagine what you guys are going through. I mean, during all this, we had to say goodbye to a TWS volunteer who passed away of cancer way too soon, at my age. We've had an employee whose house caught on fire and she's lost everything. We have another person who's struggling with a huge health concern. And so when I look at this, all of us, every person you look at has struggles emotionally, physically. Life is hard. Life is beautiful. Life is joyous, but life is freaking hard too. And so that's kind of why I've been absent, but I'm back and, coming back to TWS today, like it's been a while. I've been kind of here and hit or miss based on what's going on. Oh my God, to hug squirrels again in Kiara. Oh my God, like the welcome I got from Kiara and then the welcome I get from staff and just how loving and supportive the staff is. Like, this is amazing community. And that the staff is still not only taking care of our animals, but, you know, I'm emailing them going, sorry, I know you're busy, but we just got a call. Can you be there this afternoon or tomorrow? And the answer was yes. Yep. The staff will go. The other staff will care for them and hold down the fort and, you know, drive across country. Our veterinarian drove across country to do a transport. And so we'll be able to share some of those amazing stories that you do. And it's just, again, coming on here, not trying to be vulnerable, but I told Olivia, I know it's time for a weekly wrap up, but I'm sure I'm going to lose it during it. Just want to say I'm thinking of all of you because I know my life is just one of many and everybody has struggles and joyous occasions and hard occasions. And I'm just so grateful we come together as a community and go through it all together, especially when it's in terms of the cats. And Miracle Match, like I said, it's our lion's share of fundraising, just like Give to the Max Day. It allows us to say yes. And, you know, I know a lot of facilities will go out there on their emergency appeals right before or right after a rescue, and that's not wrong. But right now, we just go out on the rescue to do the work, to give the animals a good home. And when we can, or when it's time, or when it's appropriate to share their stories, we will. But and I know you guys will be there for us, just like you are during Miracle Match. That we can't take you along for every behind-the-scenes adventure at the moment it happens, but we'll definitely bring you along because we know without you, we're not doing those rescues. We know without you, we're not educating about the small cat crisis. Without you, we're not consulting on so many rescue cases to help other sanctuaries take in more animals and give them an amazing life. It's amazing what we accomplish together. And I think I even realized it more having to be absent from the sanctuary and just seeing the amazing people here just still filling in and doing their job and making sure our mission and vision are met. And seeing that you guys stepping up to donate, watch live posts. I mean, I will tell you, watching the live posts and the Facebook stuff that the media team is putting out definitely brightens my days and definitely makes me feel, I hope like you do, that I'm still connected even if I'm not on site. But like I said, as I was telling Katie, I can't remember being away this much in such a long, you know, for years because of things going on. So I'm going to get off now, but I'm sorry. I am forever grateful for you guys. And I know next time we come on my weekly wrap up, I will be in a better spot and we get to share so much happy news, moves, mergers, rescues. There's some good stuff going on behind the scenes, and it's because of what you guys provide us. So some of the updates is, let's get to some of the nitty gritty. This one might be longer, but the staff moved to different zones, as you guys know, and we got feedback. Sorry, feedback on that. And that's been going really well. Their workload's been good. We've broken into 4 zones at the sanctuary, so they are working in smaller areas. But they are so nimble and doing so much. We're looking at our spring and summer projects. So everything from tearing down some old habitats to putting up new habitats. We were awarded an AmeriCorps team of volunteers again. So they're going to be here this summer helping with grounds work, putting skirting on enclosures, things like that. We have just a volunteer recruitment that went out. We need more people to help come in and help clean our offices and help us with the memorial gardens and other gardens throughout the summer. It's an awesome way to help the cats, and you only have to commit to, I think, 1 shift a month, so it's not a huge commitment. So we're looking for more people to help with that. We have starting our vaccine routines, our dewormers again, because it's springtime. We're looking at our wellness exam schedule as well, because that's when we do our kind of annual exams. So things are going to be revving up quite a bit on vet days. So you'll get to see vet day live posts again. And then we'll be doing some intake exams that hopefully we can share those with you as well. And as always, we're reassessing some of our older cats like Noah Cougar and Noah Tiger and talking about where they should move in the sanctuary. Noah Tiger and Elizabeth are in a really large enclosure, and so is the 3 Wild, and based on their age and their declining health, that they should move to smaller habitats so that they can maneuver better. We can get to them if something happens. And so what's the best way to move them? There's been some play dates again with, I know we talked about Alyssa and Leo the lion, and so you'll want to stay tuned for that. And then we're looking at some of the small cats moves and mergers, not only the hybrid Highlanders moving out, but do they move out to their own room in Catio Town? Do we try and merge them with some of the groups that have had some recent losses and things like that? So there is a lot going on. We are doing strategic plan for that new property, and we're excited to share what the vision is going to be for that later this year. And I'll be honest, we usually have the annual yearbook and uproar hit homes the end of April. It's not going to happen with how my life's been going, but we have some amazing things that are going to happen, is that the media team, and especially the interns, are putting together a digital yearbook. And there's going to be a way that you can get it, and only one way you can get it. So you'll want to stay tuned, because in May that you'll have an opportunity, the digital yearbook, which shows every cat at the resident. I'm going to have some new fun content too that they've provided. And then I'll get that issue of Uproar out separately, the printed copy, so there will not be a printed yearbook this year, just a digital yearbook. I'll get that out in May. It's just, I've needed some time to write. I tried to write, I stopped writing. Then by the time I feel like I write something, it's outdated because life has changed and keeps happening. So we will get back on track, but until then, I know you're keeping all your updates on the live post, social media, and we'll continue to share with you all the happenings here at the sanctuary. So stay tuned. And again, thank you for being not only the support system for the sanctuary, the cats we rescue, but for the humans that are behind the rescue too. That really makes this community so extra special, and we're so grateful for all of you. So I will try and keep everybody updated, but I appreciate all the call outs and all the questions of where I've been. It warms my heart knowing that you've noticed things are different, but TWS is still the same, even if my face isn't always on a live post. And the mission is still being worked on, the vision's still being worked on, and the cats are still receiving that amazing care. So I will see you guys all soon, and thank you again for making Miracle Match such a success. Help us raise the roof of the new quarantine building, and stay tuned, because we have more miracles that you can help us make over Miracle Match now through April 30th.